What's up, race fans? Today I'm here with
Ryan and Mickey Thompson.
So, tell us about your company.
So we make a lot of racing tires.
Yeah.
So if you look around at a lot of the race cars here, you'll see most of them have Mickey Thompson tires on the back. And we like to make race tires that are sticky and get you down the track very fast.
So, when did Mickey Thompson start?
So Mickey Thompson, the company, started back in 1963, and it was actually founded by Mickey Thompson himself. And Mickey Thompson actually used to pioneer a lot of stuff in the drag racing world. He actually, the staging lights that you actually see on the starting line of every drag strip, he actually helped invent the staging light, which a lot of people aren't aware of. But he was also very big into off-road racing and very big into, drag racing. So we do a little bit of both. We make a lot of off-roading tires, and we also do a lot of drag stuff.
Do you do any NASCAR tires?
So we do not do any NASCAR tires. So we as a company are actually owned by Goodyear, and Goodyear handles all of the NASCAR circuit, and they also handle all of the big NHRA Top Fuel tires.
So I guess you're kind of making NASCAR tires.
Kind of. Yeah, our parent company makes all of the NASCAR tires. We've actually all got to go and actually watch them hand build those tires at their facility in Akron. So it's a very, very awesome process. I very much like, working with a race company and getting to see all that kind of cool stuff.
So what's your favorite car?
My favorite car, I'm more of an import guy. So my favorite car has to be a Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution. So there's a couple of them out here racing currently. They are all-wheel drive, stick shift, 4-liter turboed cars, and it's just something about them from my childhood. I've always wanted one.
What car do you have?
So I currently drive a Golf GTI. So it's just a little front-wheel drive, 2-liter turbocharged car. I have it tuned, but it's a very fun car to drive every day. I have a 2-year-old son, and I needed something that'd be comfortable for him to ride in the back and, put his stroller in the back. So went for something a little bit more practical. But I will have that Evo one day. I promise you that.
Well, what got you into the automotive business?
Really, ever since I was little, I've always liked anything with an engine. I've loved the engine noise. I grew up riding dirt bikes and doing, a lot of off-roading stuff with my dad and my brothers. And then from there, it kind of, spiraled into cars. The older I got and the more I got interested in cars and started getting my own cars that I could work on. And, I just really developed a love for, being around cars and doing whatever I can to help out.
Well, can you tell us about some of these tires?
So this big tire down here, we'll start with this one first. So this tire, we actually call this our Big Bubba. So this is for mainly for top dragsters. We actually have 2 variations of this tire. They are both 35 by 15 with a 16-inch rim diameter. And we make it in 2 different compounds. One for a naturally aspirated dragster, and one for a dragster that either has a turbocharger or a supercharger on it. So they're a little bit different compound because they both build up different kinds of heat. And then if you move down to the next tire we have, so this down here would be our Pro Bracket Radial. So our Pro Bracket Radial is kind of our do-it-all tire. So this is a radial design, but it actually has a bias ply compounding to it to where it's forgivable across a lot more surfaces than just a well-prepped track. Theoretically, you could hook this thing on the bare road or on a well-prepped track. So you're kind of getting the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
And it's a very popular tire. We've actually sold out of most of the ones that we've had for this event here because so many people are kind of moving over to it. And then the further we get down the line, we kind of come into more of our DOT stuff. And this is our ET Street SS. So we like to describe this as a street tire that you can take to the strip. So this has an R2 compound to it. It is a steel belted radial, so it is a little bit heavier than its other ones, but it's also going to be a lot more forgivable on the street and a little bit more comfortable for your everyday driving. And then the next step up would be our ET Street R. So the ET Street R has the same compound as the SS does, However, this tire here is nylon belted. So this one's going to be a lot more forgivable as you come to the strip. Has a lot more flexibility to it. You can do a lot more things with it.
And it gets very hot.
Yes, it does get very hot. But you can see it also has a lot less of a tread void than this one does. So you actually get more of a contact patch for the same size tire. And then as we go up the line here, we will also move next to our Radial Pro. And our Radial Pro is going to be the next step up from the ET Street R. It once again has the same compound as the R, has a very similar construction. The biggest difference is going to be your contact patch. So we have all these lines that come across this tire here, and this one you can see it only has the alternating dashes. And it's so you get as much footprint of the tire that you can. So this tire is probably the fastest tire that we currently make. I don't know if you've seen Brett LaSala's Snout Rocket, the green one. Well, he runs this tire here, and I mean he runs a quarter mile in 6.2 seconds at 230 mile an hour on this exact tire here. So it's a very, very strong tire. They've actually created this tire actually caused them to create its own class. There's actually an X275 class that was created for radial events just for people that are running this tire, because it got so good and so competitive that the only competitors they really are facing are other people who are running the same tire. So we're very proud. This is our trophy tire. We are very happy with what this has done.
Peace. Thank you for your time.
Hey, thank you for the interview.